Hello everybody, welcome to the live stream tonight. Have we got a show for you? Let's get started with this. Hello everybody, I am Ryan, the guy who has done all this as basically producer, editor of Tales of Valhalla, the Aftermath Chronicles, which is a stop-motion HeroScape adventure. HeroScape being a discontinued board game back 10, 12 years ago, discontinued. Still has a huge following today, and decided to make a stop motion animation about it. And we're premiering an episode tonight. No work. Episode 6 of Tales of Valhalla, Season 3. Yes! Oi, and I have a guest panel with me tonight as well. Hey guys, go ahead and unmute your mics. I told them like at the beginning to have their mics unmuted and see.
Oh, we're all
Did we have to hold our breath too?
I should have asked that, shouldn't I? Yes, we're going to be premiering episode 6 tonight. I have with me a panel of guests going to introduce them, and then we're going to get started watching episode 6. And for those of you who don't know how this goes, going to first play the episode without us commentating at all, so all of you get to see it in its wonderful glory. And then after that first watch of the episode is done, we're going to go through it again and talk about it. That's basically how it goes. Let's introduce some of the people you know, because they've been on the live streams before. Some people we don't know, so we're going to introduce them, what they're about. Who are they voicing? Because everybody here are voice actors for the characters in Tales of Valhalla, which is awesome. It's glad that you guys can join us tonight. So first, I'm gonna start from the top here. Michael, hello, Michael.
Hi.
How you doing tonight? It's good to see you. Michael's been on a live stream one time years ago on Tales of Valhalla, but it's been a little while.
Yes. I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Doing awesome. Now Michael is the voice of Ki Mo Shi. I don't know how many years ago when I gave Michael an audition and I told him like I loved his voice right away, and I knew pretty much right away that was Ki Mo Shi's voice. Just some of the inflection that he was doing, I'm just like, are you sure you're not a voiceover artist? So it's great to have him on board. Great to have him with us tonight to comment on this episode.
Thank you.
And then
I'm really excited to be here. It's my first time ever doing this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So it's good to have you on board. And then next we're gonna go to.
Thank you.
You're welcome. To Mr. Joe Crazy.
Hello.
Hello. It's like I talk to you all the time, I think. But
yeah, you do.
But yeah, Joe Crazy has hopped on, played various
a lot of minor characters. Yeah, but the characters nonetheless.
Characters. There will be some semi-important characters later on in the series, and we'll have him back on, I'm sure, for future premieres when we showcase those relatively new characters coming in the end of season 3. And you have a YouTube channel as well, so why don't you talk about it?
Yeah, Joe Crazy 3193 is my channel. I make a lot of HeroScape content between battle videos and informational videos about maybe different events going on. So you can find me there on YouTube, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm everywhere. Joe Crazy 3193. So come on, swing by, and look for some HeroScape content.
For sure. And one thing I'm hoping, I don't know if any of you guys are watching, or somebody who's watching comment, I'm just making sure the audio levels are okay compared to the music that I'm playing. You might not even hear the music because I have it low, but it's hard to tell when all levels are on one line.
I definitely can't hear it.
Okay, so this should be good. I just wanted a little background music while we're talking, as long as it's barely audible and we can hear our voices. That's good. Okay. All right. So hi Joe Crazy. It's great to see you. Great to have you on board tonight. Now, going down, it's like the Brady Bunch here. Mr. Joey Ranieri, who really needs no introduction, but we're going to do it anyway.
How old are you throwing out the Brady Bunch like that?
It just came to my head, and that kind of tells my age a little bit, but Mr. Joey Ranieri, I know a lot of Joes.
Joes are good people, though.
Well, you know,
We are good people.
I have
It's a
named
hive
my
mind,
own
actually.
son Jose, which is the Spanish version of Joseph.
Because you named him after me.
I had to have, subconsciously, somehow. But anyway, Mr. Joey Ranieri is the Lieutenant Daniel Taylor.
The ever lovable, the ever gullible, the ever proud Lieutenant Dan.
It's good to have you on board tonight. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I am doing mighty fine. I am happy to be here. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, going down, I'm going to go to Sean here. And so now the two guests on the bottom here, they don't have video chats, but they are just as important to the series. And so introduce Sean first. Sean, say hi.
Hello. My name is Sean. I own Vagrant Studios LLC based on the outskirts of Flint, Michigan. It's a Christian/family-friendly video content. And if you wish to check out the webpage, it'll be vagrantstudios.org. Vagrant as in homeless and studios.org. We'll be glad to see you there.
Very nice, very nice. And I know you're sounding a little low. Hopefully that came through okay. And because, I mean, the levels looked okay for the sound, so hopefully it did. But yes, Sean, while doing all those things, he is also the voice of Sergeant Drake Alexander. And Sergeant Drake Alexander plays a big role in this episode. So, wanted to have Sean on board. Glad you could join us, Sean.
Thank you, Blue Boys. Greatly appreciated.
Yeah, it's good to see you. And now, last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Charles. I don't know if you still call yourself Blah Network Bro. I know that was a while ago.
Yeah, that was definitely a long time ago. I've kind of hidden that moniker with just the what do you call just the letters?
The BNB.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the word for that literary term? It's
Uh,
called something. Anyway, let's keep moving.
okay, Charles. Anyway, Charles. It's great to have you on board tonight. Charles is the voice of Kurok the Elementalist, as well as Evar Scarcarver in the series. So the main villain in this 3-season series, Kurok the Elementalist. Charles joining us tonight for commentary. Charles, it's great to have you on board. Say hi.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to be here. Definitely. I also I'm doing a fighting game podcast with a friend now. We've been on hiatus for a little bit, but if anyone's interested in checking that out, it's hard_knockdown on Twitch and Twitter, or hard knockdown anywhere you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff.
And if anybody is anybody watching this on YouTube, eventually when I get it up on YouTube, I'll have all the links for everybody's stuff down below in the description for sure. So it's great for you all to. It's great that all of you all are here to join us. Give me one moment for. Let's see. I just need the names. Okay. It's great that you all can join us tonight, and we have a fun episode to show. I mean, absolutely. It's just going to be a blast. I think, because all y'all have seen it already, because you guys got to preview it, and it's going to knock people's socks off. And it looks like we don't have an audience of one. We have an audience of a few people, which is really cool. So how about we get started with this, and then we'll be back for commentary after this episode's up. So hold on to your seats, folks. Here we go.
Mind shackle.
so natural too.
Isn't just the most awesome laugh? I just
Absolutely.
so good, so good. Anyway, so that's the episode.
Not to mention that it's like so creepy and evil, you know.
Yes. Oh, it's yeah. It just I
So
love it.
good.
I love it every time. Every time it happens. It's just yeah. And did that feel like 12 minutes? That did not feel like 12 minutes.
No. Can we
No.
It's
get 24 minutes of that? That'd be great.
It's 12 minutes every single time. Doesn't feel like 12 minutes.
Actually, you know what? It ended on a W for me, so I'm good here, actually.
Interesting.
Damn, my lines were great.
I think that, and the cool thing is with this episode, I have a feeling that no one has had to have seen Tales of Valhalla before. None of the previous episodes, none of the previous seasons. And just to watch this episode and understand the tone and feeling and most of the characters and character development in this episode, and that'll get them hooked. And it's
Definitely very cinematic too.
It
yeah.
looks sick.
Oh, super.
All together, the total package, it looks sick. I mean, it is awesome.
Yeah, it's oh my gosh. And like I said, this just to mention this 5-6 years was to stop motion animate all this, and then to edit this episode took about almost 3 months to that. I mean, yeah, I was in another house, I wasn't on my computer all the time, so I mean, I had other things going on, but at the same time, it was a lot of special effects to go through, a lot of sound, and the thing is, this is only episode 6. This isn't the finale. There is a finale. There's more. There's tons more. That's not getting started yet.
See more.
We have not begun to scratch the surface yet, and this is awesome. So yeah, no, I'm hyped. I'm thrilled. So yeah, just initial thoughts from y'all before we get started with commentating, like playing. We're gonna play it again, and then we're gonna talk about it. But
I thought it was very well made, sir.
Definitely great. Definitely awesome. Where's my popcorn? Definitely my popcorn.
Yeah, this is the most cinematic episode I've seen out of you yet, Ryan. This is unbelievable work. Between the animation, the sound effects, the music design, like literally every single ounce of effort you have put in this, it shows. The set design's amazing, the animation, sound effects. It's so amazing. How do you keep doing this? How do you keep growing and getting better? It's fantastic. The shots that you chose too is just so good. And it draws with my eyes. It's great.
The thing is with those shots too, a lot of those shots are the shots.
And not to mention
because I don't have time to be like, okay, I'll try this one and see how it works. I mean, I start everything I do with a wide shot and then work my way in, but sometimes it's like it's just that shot and then maybe some close-ups. But you don't want to rely too much on close-ups either. Let's see here. Okay. Hello, Hard Knockdown. Glad you could join us there on Twitch. See, it says between the effects, shot composition, and score, it's clear that you guys are very talented at this. Appreciate it.
It's just him. It's just Ryan.
All him.
It's all him. It's nothing to do with us. We're just strictly the voices.
He tells us what to do.
That's right. And then if we don't deliver on what he wants, then he pulls out the cat o' nine tails and goes all medieval on us.
He finds us. He finds us.
This was like 4 or 5 years ago, so those wounds will have healed already.
Yeah, if we did not do what he wants correctly, he will find us and make sure that we do it correctly next time. He has no problem finding us.
I know. It's like he's got GPS air tags on us or something, man. It's just like he suddenly appears, then locks us into our food pantry and we can't eat anything. It's just torture.
If you move,
it's really weird. There is this constant beeping light in my arm. I don't know what it's communicating with, but it does worry me.
It's his mothership. You know nothing about these. Yes, it's imagination.
Okay, I'm just gonna mute my microphone now and let them talk because.
No, but I think you really did.
Working with a different Ryan.
You really nailed it for not only people that have been watching the series for a long time, because it is such like a summation and like a build up on like so much developed skill, but also like people that are just hopping on for the first time. It's a great point because it is so cinematic, it is so friendly with the story, and all the characters give you such a good sense of personality and tone about them so quickly. But yeah, can we watch it? I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll watch it again in a second. One thing I'd want to mention too, one of the most rewarding things, and I say this over and over again, rewarding things that I've had personally when it comes to this, and I never expected this type of thing to happen. I was creating this to stay alive. I still create this to stay alive. Just to have something to do while going through a bunch of and PG. Sorry, that's why one thing I forgot to tell you guys: keep things kind of PG. But all the crap through my health, and it turned into something. I think it's turning into something that's bigger than that. And one of the things that I found out, because I've had some people write me to where dads and sons, dads and their kids would find this on YouTube, watch it, don't know anything about HeroEscape, purchase the game, and have time to spend with their children. So directly influencing pop culture, even if it's a little minute way, it's influencing pop culture, which is amazing. Never expected that type of thing to happen, but it's icing on the cake. It really is. It really is.
Absolutely.
So I am going to give nods towards all the wonderful voice actors who did this, because y'all might have just maybe done 1% of the work, but for me, it's 100% of why this works, and I couldn't do this without you guys, and I appreciate it so much. So I'm going to give nods to, and I hopefully have everybody listed here. It's a long list for this episode. So first, Charlie Tooth, aka Toothpick, voiced by Tyler Fine. James Henderson, voiced by Corey Wong. Daniel Taylor, the Lieutenant Dan, voiced by Mr. Joey Ranieri. Harold Gimp, voiced by Dean Klaus. Sergeant Drake Alexander, voiced by Mr. Sean Gallagher. Kimo Shi, voiced by Michael Ortiz. Nigok Saw and Knut Yurnt, voiced by Jason Rutherford. Tul Bakra, voiced by Jerry Anderson. Raylan the Kyrie Warrior, voiced by Nicole Averin. Kelda and the Kyrie Warrior, voiced by Rachel Averin. Karak the Elementalist and Ever Scarcarver, voiced by Mr. Charles Johnson here. Damaris Saleh and Bonnie Miller, who's my mom, is the voice of Estavara. Torin, voiced by Mr. Andre Saleh. And Johnny Shotgun Sullivan, voiced by Mr. Mark Pierce. Mariko, voiced by Shay Franchini. The Prime Air Elemental, voiced by Aidan Wolfson. The Prime Water Elemental, voiced by Morgan Wolfson. And the basically all the other Morrow, the Morrow Hounds, Riders, Morrow Stingers, Morrow Drones. The Prime Earth Elemental itself is voiced by yours truly. So thank you so much to all you guys who voiced for this, because you guys really do make the heart of this series. If it was just my voice, it wouldn't work. And you guys have put a lot of time, volunteering your time for this, and it. I'm not going to cry until the end of season 3, so I'm not going to do it now. I'll do that on episode 10. But thank you guys so much for all the help and time and effort that you have given for this. Okay. So.
Anytime, buddy.
Just promise me this. If you're going to cry, make it Niagara Falls, my friend. Make it Niagara Falls.
Episode 10. Episode 10. I promise. Okay. So, let me see. I got a checklist here. I need to. My memory's awful. All right. So, let's review this episode. Let's bring it up. And let me make sure that everything's balanced here, because my OBS is doing something strange. So, hold on a second. Okay, I'm going to try to get this.
But was it stated before?
Yeah.
I want to say I commend the writing on this show. It is, in my opinion, a lot better than most TV shows and movies that are on today. I think it is that good.
Appreciate it.
And so I commend, my hat is off to you for that. I mean, this is like 20 out of 10 quality work.
Second that.
Third.
Oh,
Ah,
I'm good.
Thanks.
What you don't know is that half of what was said was ad-libbed. So some of you guys like say things a lot better than what's on the script, but many thanks. Okay, let's
You're
get
welcome, Ryan.
started here with it. Let's get started with this, and hopefully this should come out good. Okay, I'm going to start this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I gotta bring this audio down. Alright, there we are. Okay, now we're starting. Alright, there's a little few shots with the Mara running there, heading to wherever. Here, actually I can widen this a little bit. Bring this up. Now this first shot, I just want to say first off, much kudos to High Ground Tiles. I have links for their store and everything, and usually in every video I post on Tales of Valhalla YouTube. But you see all like the sand tiles, all this 3D printed stuff. That is 99% by them, designed by them. I just had 3D printed the stuff. It enhances so much, and like this arch and everything. Basically, 3D printing that stone arch made this entire scene. It really did. So many thanks to High Ground Tiles, and I'm glad to finally, after like 4 years, finally showcase some of their stuff because it was just excellent.
I love the way you think about the different characters' traversal too. It adds to that layer of depth. You're also playing with what they give you really well, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and here we have in this scene Estevar and Torin. Estevar throughout the series has been kind of like behind the scenes villain, and we really won't know. I've said this before, but we really won't know what her intentions are until later seasons. And we'll find out a little bit more at the end of season 3 as well, because she'll be around, weaving her webs of deception throughout the bad and good guys. Here we go. This is what people are going for. There it is, Mr. Lieutenant Dan.
The Lieutenant Daniel Taylor is
B.
And here you notice that almost the ASS word is said, but then we do an interruption. I do that a couple times in the series. Not enough where it's like overdone, but just, you know, a little bit of taste. And then
I love the voice. Stay behind me.
Billy. Everybody's got to be behind.
And then just a little bit about Earth Elemental not being too strong. This is the only transition that I had a hard time with, because I mean they're like Raylan, Gimp, Lieutenant Dan. They're all turned away, so they don't see the Earth Elemental, you know, joining with Johnny Shotgun Sullivan. Johnny Shotgun and Sergeant Drake is turned away, so they don't notice. But that's one shot that I didn't really get very well. I will say that, just critiquing myself.
well, what would you have done better?
I don't know. I don't want to think about reshooting this.
Oh, not the reason. I mean, it's just a fun thing, yeah.
It's
because I mean, I think it works.
it works good enough, and that's why
He's always gonna be his worst critic.
Otherwise, I would have shot it. But the Morrow teleportation, that's the most fun
That
effect
came
to
out
work with.
perfect.
Yeah. And it's really, I mean, practically all you're doing is popping them in and out, you know, the scene when you're animating. You're just taking them out and putting them back in, and then just adding, you know, the visual magic with it. And then you got the gunshots. Now all the gunshots you hear, like the M1s from the Airborne Elite, the shotguns, all these are natural sounds from the weapons that are being used by these miniatures. I've made sure to do research and use as close as possible. Like the M1s, I found an actual M1 gunshot sound, and from the beginning of like season 1, anytime you hear the Airborne Elite fire their weapons, that is original M1 World War II actual sound. Gunshot.
Fascinating.
I wanted to keep that as authentic as possible.
Cool.
I love that.
Yeah, I gotta throw them grenades. And then here's one Raylan and Tuabak Ra face off, and they faced off a little bit, just a teeny bit in season 2, just a little bit in Jandar's cave. So this is kind of like a little bit of a rematch for them.
Can I just say it? There's a good chance we are all going to die. Nonsense, Gimp. These Morrow are wimps. They don't even.
And I like showing like the little bit of the superiority that Niguk saw, because Niguk saw is a fun character to play in HeroScape anyway. But this kind of just shows his powerful superiority over the Airborne Elite, you know, a little bit. Like a grenade doesn't phase him at all.
Hey, Mr. Angry.
Well, yeah, because in the game he has 6 defense. So you even through the cinematography that you did for this, it shows how powerful he is as a defense. He's a giant wall.
Yeah, he is.
He's a menace on the battlefield.
I like how we're not going to settle this over tea and crumpets. Throw a grenade at him already. It's a wonderful line by Mr. Julie Ranieri there. And I think that was supposed to be just like kind of a goofy line, but I recorded it, so I put it. There was just normal lines for that one.
Run.
Okay, and so you guys are asking me some questions like when the thing was going. So where are those questions now? I know there were things you guys want to talk about.
Well, look at the set
question.
designs. I mean, your guys, they're in the cavern right now, and there's just so much terrain. Like,
yeah.
Did you have to, like how many terrain pieces were there on set?
That's a good point. I mean, well, the immediate terrain, and then you see some like towering mountains basically in the background. I mean, there is space actually between them to where there's no terrain, and then the mountains, I just had to make sure you didn't see the table that's there. So it's kind of spaced out to try and make it look like the set's bigger than it actually is.
Was this scene all one set, or this is multiple sets?
This scene was all one set.
You had to have seen the pictures of his behind the scenes stuff. His sets are massive.
Yeah, it's on Instagram. Like how many photos of stuff on Instagram? It's basically how to make Tales of Valhalla 101 on there.
That Prime is a sneaky one, a chameleon of sorts.
Well, now that you mention it.
Yeah, and so we got Evar, introduce Evar Scarcover, which we saw him earlier in season 3, but now he's back because he's actually on assignment from Vidar, which is his faction leader. But we don't know.
I like the joke too that you use to introduce him here. It works really well.
I've got him, Gimp.
Well, you can tell. I mean, he's an outsider. He's not part of their faction. So I mean, they're going to treat him accordingly to like they don't really trust him, although they're still going to ally with him because he's fighting for them. So.
Beautiful transition.
Oh, the sword fight.
Oh yeah.
Well, ready for attack.
Great shot.
Yeah. I love that.
See, I do have a question about this. Is where do you draw the inspiration for the storylines from? I'm not sure.
Well, from the game itself. Because HeroScape, I mean, a lot of these characters already have their own storylines and lore within the game. With the exception of like the common squads that have no names in the game, which I've made up on some, like the Airborne Elite, for example. A lot of these names of characters are in the game and they have their own backstories, and I use some of their backstories, but I also try and enhance a little bit. I respect the backstories as much as I possibly can for the original characters.
Respect the source material, but it's your own.
Respect the source material. There you go.
It's your own design.
Right.
Oh, okay. So this isn't anything that's canon then.
No, there are some canon things hinted upon, like at the end of the episode when Kimoshi talks about, do you think the shattering of a pendant will kill me? That's reference to something that happened to Kimoshi when the game was being produced, and an old HeroScape animated video that they did of Kimoshi a while ago. So I do have references. I do have those types of things sometimes when I can to point towards those old HeroScape advertisements.
Rounce
Why are
them.
you here now? Please.
I really like we're getting on like the converging of two groups here. It really has like a nice satisfying feel of like a combination of information and knowledge, and also just adds to the climactic like cinematic energy this episode has going on.
Right.
Mm.
And there's a lot of undertones here too, because for Evar Scarcarver, he's got ice hands, and that power that he
Ooh,
has
yeah.
comes from actually a character that we haven't seen yet that Kurok and everyone else is trying to acquire to the greatest prime of them all that is mentioned at the beginning of season 3 is a huge ice monster. And so Evar, his power comes from that monster. Only it's
Someone else mentions the Arctic in this episode too, don't they?
Yeah, Kurok mentions that Kimoshi's army is moving to the north. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Oh yeah. Where do you think the final battle is going to be in Showdown? The Showdown.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yeah, you know. I mean, you guys have read the script, I hope. So, kind
Have
I'm
surprises
not
for the rest of the
telling.
game.
Who hasn't read the script? It's been 5 years since we did voiceovers. Who hasn't read the script?
Beautiful.
I think it's just one more mile this way.
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this question, but I do have a question because it's
Go
been
ahead.
a couple of years since I've looked at the script. You're using a lot, or you have used a lot of the Hive Lords. The only one that I have not seen is Wusaga. Are you going to use her?
Maybe.
Oh boy.
Maybe
Not.
I guess we'll have to see, won't we?
Somebody please
Inquiring
explain
minds would like to know.
Wink,
I really
wink.
love Gear and Light Folly so much. They're so goofy, but like it's funny that they're important also. Like they're kind of stuck here, but
Yes, it
they
almost
suddenly become important.
they're like what I think what Finn was meant to be in like the most recent Star Wars trilogy, to where he's just a guy. He's there. It's almost like someone who loves Star Wars and it just got thrown into the mix. Like, whoa, what's going on? That's almost like what Gear and Light Folly are. You know, they're thrown into this. They don't want to be there, but they end up being a part of it, and they play a lot bigger roles come the second half of season 3.
They're almost like the Sakas of the group. If anyone's seen Avatar, I feel like they're
Okay.
like the non-benders.
For
kinda
sure.
just stuck.
For sure. And I mean, when I wrote those characters, and that's me and my friend Jason.
It makes it so much better.
They would just appear at the end of season 1, and that's the only time I meant for them to appear. But when I started writing the scripts for season 2 and 3, I thought, in what way can I integrate these guys and have them join the rest of the group? And eventually this is what got fleshed out. So there we are.
Oh man.
Stop with the cliffhangers!
Yeah, it is so fast every time. It's not 12 minutes. Like, jeez.
I'm sorry, not sorry. But this is I promise this is the last Kimoshi cliffhanger. The last Kimoshi cliffhanger, because there are a few Kimoshi cliffhangers, I admit, throughout season 2 and 3. But this is the last Kimoshi cliffhanger, I promise.
I don't know, guys. Should we trust him?
I'm not saying
No,
there'll be
it's gonna
another
have a
cliffhanger, but it's not going to be a Kimoshi one.
Another fantastic installment. Fantastic.
Your skills have really gone off the chart since like we started this.
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna put it out there. When we started with season 1, what I personally saw was pieces moving. Now, mind you, I've never played the game. I never knew anything about this at all. By now, when we're watching this, what I'm seeing is active imagination moving, a real storyline moving. It's not something that is just ambiguous and something to do. There's really something behind this, and I really enjoy that. And to make it tangible, man, kudo points to you because you're making it happen.
Right. And there are a lot of like arcs that will be completed at the end of the season 3, but there also will be story arcs that, if allowed, will continue into future seasons. You want to close season 3 by leaving everybody as satisfied as possible that, okay, this particular story arc has ended, but there are still other overlaying arcs that might possibly happen in the future. Because season 3, it might be the last one I ever make. Who knows? I want to make more, but whether or not I will, that still remains to be seen. I mean, like I said, I want to, and more than likely it will happen. But all the same, at the end of season 3, everybody should be satisfied enough to where that when it ends and that's all there is, it's still going to be a fun watch. It's still going to be a lot of hours worth of content forever on the internet for people to enjoy. And also, I hope, I mean, I like I said, I plan to make future seasons, but if not, or if so, I hope that people can take this and go into HeroScape or Warhammer or some of these other miniature wargaming and do stop motion stories of their own. I'd like to see a lot, because there's a lot of Lego stop motion, tons of Lego stop motion, a lot of fantastic animators for Lego stop motion, but I don't see too much on this side of things, and I would love to see more of those.
This is what a call I would like to make towards our fans. They can write and collaborate, if you will, for lack of better terms, storylines, kind of like the Star Wars series, right? You have 4, 5, and 6 is your first initial, then you got your prequels, it's a whole new story set. You have Solo, an individual story. Then you have 7, 8, 9, okay? And you also have Rogue One, that series.
Yeah.
It's like if we can get other creators to make content to do something in a similar manner, like they collaborate the stories together, you have a tangible string of a story that pulls from the universe and makes things work. That would be so awesome to see.
Yeah, I mean, even within the name, Tales of Valhalla, and sure, the story that Ryan's telling is one of the tales of Valhalla,
Exactly.
but there could be other tales within Valhalla that maybe might reference the events happening in his show.
Exactly. I mean, a good
yeah.
scenario to kind of emphasize of what I'm saying here. J.R. Tolkien did, that whole, what is that, Middle Earth series.
Mhm.
And then, other writers had created things like Drid Stu Erden, Tales of the Drow and whatnot. It's a very interesting story when you get to it.
Mhm.
They're in the same universe, but the stories are compatible.
For sure. Yeah.
I love
the coolest thing is that this will be the worst it'll ever be.
worst.
This is the worst that it will.
Well, that's
ever
no.
be
I see where he's going with that. Yeah,
because it's
How
just,
modest.
it's gonna only go up from here.
It's only go up from here. So
in many aspects, I hope so, because I'd love to see this dream just take off.
For sure. Yeah.
We just got to make sure that we don't have any
pursuing a dream.
Kathleen's, that kind of made that Star Wars, and we won't go there.
No, we won't go there. That's not what this live stream's about. Believe me, if I wanted to rant, I could rant, but we're celebrating. We're not talking about pop culture.
99 what's this HeroScape equivalent of random ships that have nothing to do with the plot.
But I mean, but with that being said, that is one of the reasons why it turned into one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, because there's a lot of filmmaking out there that's just very, very questionable, and I'm not as entertained or escaped from my reality as I used to be when it comes to filmmaking and storytellers telling their stories. It's just it's harder to connect, and it's my hope. I'm sure it's not going to be for everybody, but it's my hope that this series can be more in line with what I grew up with. writing and making what I know I love to do, and whether or not people love it, that's up to them. I'm just happy to see it on screen. So, yeah, for sure.
Right on, man.
Any other comments?
When's the next one?
When's the next one?
When's episode 7 coming out, Ryan?
Well, after
Tomorrow?
After I upload this episode to YouTube, because I haven't done that yet. I need to upload this episode to YouTube now. And then let's see here. After midnight, I can start working on the voiceovers for those. It's going to be a little while. It's going to be a minute, because I mean, Joe, Joe Crazy, we're Escape Con in a few weeks, so that's going to be a week of not doing much, and then making more content and promoting this. It'll be great. It'll be great to take this episode to Escape Con, for sure. I mean, I'm bringing the whole series Escape Con, but this episode for sure. I think some people will like that.
What's going on?
Joe Crazy, how about you explain this for a second?
Sure. Yeah. So from July 13th to the 17th, in Indianapolis, Indiana, is going to be the EscapeCon 2. It's the convention of tournaments that the HeroEscape community has put together. And Ryan and I will be going and competing, either hopefully against each other at some point.
I hope so.
But against a lot of the other people that play this game way more than we do. So we might get our butts kicked in. But yeah, it's going to be this awesome event where we get to meet a bunch of people, play against them.
Other content creators too.
Other content creators going to be there. And a lot of the longtime HeroEscape community. So I'm personally really excited to meet them. To meet Ryan in person is going to be so much fun.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Sure.
Have we thought about at all putting all of the seasons and episodes we have so far together?
Yes.
And bring them to, let's say, a film festival to kind of broaden our audience.
I don't know about film festival, but definitely I plan when season 3 is done to start, especially season 1, re-editing season 1 to make it just one long, just one instead of episodic. Same thing with seasons 2 and 3. I edited seasons 2 and 3 to come together a lot easier than I did season 1. So season 1 is going to take a little bit more work. But yes, I do plan to do those, and how I would distribute them or show them, I don't know yet. That's still brainstorming that. So.
I think that'd actually be an interesting idea, because within film festivals, we'd reach more of a broad platform. And I mean, who knows? You can even enter it into like shorts or anything like that to be viewed. And I'd love to see if we could actually enter into one of those contests for a short and see how well we do against others. It's very creative writing. I think it would do great.
Yeah, I think you could definitely do some of the current stuff now, because a lot of film festivals do want more current work. So even if it's like the past 3 episodes of this current season, you can just enter and just maybe like explain like this is an ongoing thing. So it's not self-contained, but. Yeah, I mean, putting it into a film contest thing, that would be so awesome.
That could actually work. I mean, I do have Vagrant Studios. I could just attach the name to it, even though it's all your credit. But if that's what it takes to get us in there as an entry level, by all means, I'd say, let's do this, brother. Let's do it.
We'll see. We'll see what we can do. Let me get it all done first, which might take another 6 months or so.
Start working. Get on it.
Yeah, my goodness. Yeah. So. Oh my.
Yeah, no. Just when you think you're getting somewhere, we throw up 15 ideas.
Oh no, it's fine.
Put you back under the bus.
And eventually. Eventually, I mean, I've already written down to where eventually, like, especially for future seasons, I plan to make like a round table and an inner circle of creators, because, I mean, this whole seasons 1, 2, and 3, like you guys said, it's only been me. It's literally only been me. I know some of you guys say, Ryan, I could help with this or that, and I'm just like, Take more time just to explain it than than doing it. So just wait for future seasons, then we'll do it. And collaborate.
What would be really cool is if that we had other writers who wanted to use these same characters and brought us in for that. So while we're working with you in creating this content, we can also be creating literally a whole universe through other, writers.
Yeah,
and
well,
whatnot.
I mean,
That would be awesome.
HeroScape is very, very open
Versatile.
content. I mean, people can do their stuff at any time, and I encourage it. I'd be like, look, do something. And I always like if I find someone who's done anything close to any type of like stop motion animation or special effects for HeroScape characters, I show them on my live stream because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna promote this because you did it. Yay, congratulations! It was only 60 seconds long. I don't care. I'm gonna show it. So. Oh, awesome. And Charles, did you say you had a question? I think you said you had a question about something earlier. Did you want to? I don't know if I answered it or not, or you asked it.
I don't know if there was anything about anything specific. Just generally like the set design and everything. I mean,
Okay.
we've talked about a lot of stuff,
Okay. Okay. I was just
What were
making
the
sure I
dates for that
didn't
convention
leave you
again?
out for that.
What were the dates on that convention again? That sounded like something I might try to. Is there going to be a stream of that too? That sounds like definitely a fun.
There might be people streaming on
There
it.
there might be a stream of like the tournament, the final tournament games. And I'll find out the information for that when they do it. But yeah, July 13th through July 17th. I don't know if you can still sign up for it now. I think you probably could, if you ever wanted to go. But
You can.
but
They
yeah,
even have
so
like day passes too, to where you can.
there,
you
yeah,
can-
or
you
our
can-
day passes. Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
They
you can
allow
enter
you
for a day.
guys to stream your specific games.
Unfortunately,
I don't know if
think
I don't think so because
yeah.
the hotel doesn't have like the best internet.
Right.
So
and
I think
they only
if
allow one
everybody was
person
doing
to
it, I think it
stream.
would probably break their Wi-Fi.
Yeah. I think they only allow
But-
one person to stream it in the rules. I think that's what I've heard. But we plan to bring our video. Like I plan to bring my studio gear because in the hotel room, I'm actually going to be animating and having like Joe Crazy here record me animating so I can give a tutorial on how I animate these miniatures for people in the future. So that's something that I'll be able to edit and make and show people in the future as well. So it's not just
Would be
gameplay.
awesome.
It's just
Yeah,
not all
Ryan's
fun and games.
masterclass.
It's
We're
right.
making a masterclass.
not just all fun and games. It's going to be.
It's literally all fun and games.
It's
Yeah,
going to be a ton of
It's
work.
the very definition of fun and games.
We're not going to
It's a
get any sleep.
business trip at this point.
Yeah, we're not going to get any sleep. But yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Always
I'm
working.
I'm glad I'm healthy. Hey, I mean, just for an illness update, because I know some people keep track of that. I mean, I had major surgery last October. I mean, I've been basically pain-free from my Crohn's disease since that time. I'm eating good now. I had a complication like the past 6 months due to a skin issue with my ostomy, but that's been cleared up. And I was at the hospital earlier today getting like a medication infusion done. My weight was 123 about a month ago. Now it's 128.
Awesome.
So I'm almost at 130. So yeah, I'm doing really, really good, and probably the healthiest healthiest I've felt in a long time in years. Which
Joe,
goes to
promise me
show-
this: that when you guys go to the hotel, you're going to take some brass knuckles and knock them out nightly to get a good night's sleep. His wife will thank you, but I will personally thank you.
Oh, I'll tire him out.
There you go.
Plan to bring tons of energy drinks with me for sure, because I'm gonna need them.
Hide the drinks.
All right, before we close, there's probably a few things I'm going to mention, but there is one other thing I want to mention is a contest. I'm doing another contest.
Woo!
Another contest. I love doing these things, and the last winner of the contest was actually, again, a dad who saw the series and wanted it for his kids, ended up winning a Rise of the Valkyrie starter set for him and his kids, and they're playing that, which is not awesome that a dad with his kids won that, so they can have those memories. So that's really cool. So what I'm giving away this time, what's going to be away for a contest? Well, first of all, before I talk about what's going to be given away, let us talk about the rules, because the rules are important. And if you're watching this on our Tales of Valhalla YouTube page, there'll also be a description of the rules and a link in the description below, as well as on when I release episode 6, the episode 6 video itself, there'll be a description of the rules below as well, and read through those. So you're able to do this and able to enter in to win. So first rule, first thing you gotta do is go on Twitch and follow my account, which is Conductor Productions on Twitch. So there'll be, like I said, watch on YouTube, link in the description below to go to Twitch and follow our Conductor Productions. I do live streams every Sunday and Wednesday, and looking to build a little bit of an audience here. So do that. And then number 2, go to the Tales of Valhalla episode 6 season 3 video on Tales of Valhalla YouTube channel. Like and leave a comment below, talk about the episode you've watched, as well as leaving your Twitch account name so I can verify your entry. So I can verify, okay, you did follow my Conductor Productions page, that's your name, and then your Twitch username will be the entry name for the contest. Those 2 things. Hopefully I explained it okay. Now, what will be won? Well, let us... No, that's not it. No, hold on a second. Need to back up. So
okay,
here...
so in the stream chat right now, I am putting comment below.
No, not in the stream. Not in the stream.
Oh.
Not in the stream. On the episode.
Oh no!
When I put the episode, and I already said this, on episode 6 season 3 video on YouTube. So the episode that we just watched here live, when I upload it to the Tales of Valhalla YouTube page, go to that episode. Like I said, this is for basically, and I'm making this video, and I'm going to edit it into just a few minutes, saying, you know, contest entry, and these are the instructions I'm given. And I'll just be like, go to this video and the link below as well. If you're watching this, just go below to the link of episode 6 and then comment on there and do that. So, what will be won? What will be won? Here, I'm going to turn this off. Hold on a second. I had a burp. Okay.
Didn't want to share that with us?
No, I didn't want to share a burp.
Aaron is Karen, brother.
So first thing you will win is the winner will win any selection of any one Tales of Valhalla t-shirt on our merch store. Again, watching this on YouTube, link in the description below of the merch store. Any type of Tales of Valhalla t-shirt, like see here. Let me go back here. Like this one, Explodiarmus. There's like,
it's a great shirt.
I can feel the wind flowing through my nostrils back here, and there's a few others, like Darn Wizards. I know Darn Wizards is a fave of some people's. It's a reference to a certain gaming company that discontinued HeroScape, maybe. Anyway,
somewhere on the coast.
Hey, we wouldn't happen to have any hoodies in that merch center, would we?
Yes, we do. Like I said, I'll send you a link again, because I think I sent you a link before, Sean, to the store.
Yep.
I'll send you a link
I'm computer savvy.
And then, we got hoodies. I actually got a hoodie, like, right here. I'm just not wearing it because it's 80 degrees outside, or inside here, so.
It is a hot one.
I'm thinking of getting one for myself and one for Monkey.
Sounds good. Well, you live in Michigan, so you need it all year round. I get it.
Hey, every 5 minutes, man. You can never be too precautious here. 5 minutes from now, it can go down to 20.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. No doubt. That's why I'm down south, sweating my booty off. Okay.
You southern boys.
First prize, t-shirt. Then second prize is one custom mini desert sand starter set. No, it's not a main HeroScape starter set, but it's a little mini starter set with some of the terrains used in the making of this episode. some of the 3D printed terrains, some of the HeroScape terrains. And I will point out, I'm not going to point out all of them because it's a long read, but there is a list. There will be a list of what all the pieces are in the description below in this video or on episode 6's YouTube video. There'll be a description of what all these items are. But I just want to point out, and you can see them here in the photo images as well. But I want to point out some rare wins. Now all these pieces of course are used, but 2 palm trees and 2 bushes that are part of the Tikala jungle set. Tikala jungles are they're pretty rare terrain to find within the HeroScape community. They have high value points. So
high value.
Yeah, Joe Crazy can attest to that for sure. I'm sure Michael can too as well.
So these are things that are not just 3D printed. These are actual.
Yeah, these are the actual HeroScape.
Yeah, there's real HeroScape here, and then there's the 3D printed stuff, which is still really as awesome as the real stuff.
So we got HeroScape sand terrain. We got a little bit of swamp terrain too, so people can spice things up with some swamp water, some regular water, so you can have a little bit of oasis there in the sand. And then then we got miniatures. We got like Airborne Elite, Drake Alexander, Raylan, some Morrow. Just either to get a person started or to kind of enhance their armies already. And then as well, this is the treasure. We have some high ground terrain set pieces, sand and some sandstone terrains, with also HeroScape hero connectors to connect to the HeroScape tiles, and some elevated rock walls that you can use different elevations. It just enhances the battlefield, makes it so much better for these. So a little bit of high ground there. Love high ground a lot. I'll keep on saying it. And then some 3D printed cactus from high ground. Some bone structures, specifically painted. The paint on these bones is a little bit reddish, just to give it a little bit of a gore type thing going on, like dried gore out in the desert,
Violence.
Yeah. So, and you can see that a little bit in some of the scenes in episode 6 as well. And then an unopened, unopened Morrow Cavalry of some Morrow Riders there. So that is one open. So that definitely is not used. That's new. And so yeah, that's the set. And this is just a real quick tutorial on how to combine the high ground terrain with your HeroScape terrain. See how these HeroScape connectors, they just go right in like so. And then you just add on the high ground terrain, like a sand terrain set piece right there. They should just click right in. And then this was like just a little 15-minute build I did. You just see how that all combines together so well, and the rock wall and everything. So you can have yourself a little battle here with these armies. And if needed, you can also have wound tokens, dice order markers. If the winner needs them, if they have too many already, then I don't have to send them. Or if you want any Rise of the Valkyrie or Storm of the Mara rulebooks, I definitely have those too. So that is the prize. And of course, I must say that unfortunately, the winner can only have a United States address. This will only be shipped to a United States address. So anybody who watches this throughout the world, I apologize, but only United States shipping. So I have to put that in there.
Good luck, heroes.
And you'll have to do those 2 things in order to enter. You have until end of day, July 27th, to enter. So basically, the whole month of July you'll have in order to enter and to be part of the drawing. Best of luck to everybody who wants to enter and acquire these things. It really is a little bit of a treasure trove there, and a little bit of Tales of Valhalla set pieces, as well as just miniatures and terrains to really enhance your game. So good luck to everybody.
Sounds like fun.
That's awesome. I know the streams was a little like, little behind because looking at the connector pieces, those are really cool connector pieces from High Ground. That's really cool. I have never seen those yet.
Yeah, and that's what really helped match the terrains together with those. Those things, I think I 3D print the most out of anything else I print from High Ground, just because I want to make sure. And you can obviously 3D print them with the 3D different filament colors to match whatever terrain you're going for.
Yeah.
So yeah, lovely stuff. Like I said, High Ground is just amazing. It really is. Just
yeah,
amazing.
fantastic. It's definitely one of the biggest things to help keep this game alive, other than, of course, the content that we make.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We're a little biased on that, though.
Very biased. Very true.
Keeping it real.
Okay. Well, this has been awesome. So we are coming to a close for this live stream. We came, we viewed, we saw, we conquered. It's just a beautiful thing. Before closing comments, does anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns, anything they want to say?
I think we hit the nail on the head this time, man. Everything was good.
Yeah, Ryan, well done, man. Just unbelievable work.
Very well done.
I'm so excited to see more. I'm excited. I need to watch that again, actually. I want to go watch that. I want to rewatch the entire series again, actually.
That's my hope.
That was fun.
Stoked over all this. No, I mean it. I'm pretty stoked over all this. It's awesome. It's like, when you see something and you just get excited about it? That's what I mean. I'm stoked. It's like, to be a part of this, I can't even begin to describe it to the viewers. Because in one hand, they're like, well, I like the show. They don't really see the behind the scenes. They don't know exactly what it is to be a part of something that's big. And it's an awesome feeling. It's just like, just tiny big, but it's like big. And like we're all, in many aspects, on the ground floor. It's very exciting to watch this, to grow, explode, to expand rapidly.
Like I said, it's not over yet. If you think this is something, just wait. Just wait.
End stream. End stream now.
Ryan.
Yes, sir.
Big cliffhangers now. Bring it out.
I think Michael was saying something. Hold on.
If you wish to know with what we're talking about, stay tuned for the next episode.
Hold on. Michael, I think you wanted to say something and you kind of cut out, so go ahead, Michael.
You kind of like fulfilled a childhood fantasy for me. Ever since I was a little, and you guys might laugh at this, and that's fine. But ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to, as I older, was be on a soap opera. That was like my big dream. And the soap opera I wanted to be on got canceled about like 12 years ago. And this, what I was saying earlier about the writing, and then what somebody else said about how the Tales of Valhalla, how even though this arc is concluded, others could begin, and you refer to it as like, some arcs are concluding, some are beginning. It kind of has like a soap opera-like theme with the drama, the comedy, and everything. And to be a part of that, you have literally like fulfilled that for me, like that fantasy childhood dream that I had. And so for that, I wanted to for that.
Michael, it has been an absolute pleasure, because I actually had to, for Michael, I had to travel down, because he lives in Texas. He lives near Fort Worth, Texas, and about 3-4 years ago?
Weatherford,
like
but yes.
Yeah.
It was about a little over 2 years ago.
It was a little over 2 years ago.
Yes.
Drove down there with my audio recording equipment, and we did his voiceovers there in like one afternoon, basically, for Kimashi.
That's dedication.
So
Yeah.
So I've had to try.
Yeah,
I
but
know how to
didn't
be
feel like-
mobile, and get voice actors being mobile, because I'll probably have to do that more in the future too if we do future seasons. So yeah.
And what I have to say about that is, welcome aboard, brother.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Like I said, when I auditioned Michael, I was so surprised that he didn't realize how good of a voice actor he was. It just like so much talent. Honestly,
Yeah.
so much talent. I mean, just some of the like Kimoshi is just one character. He can do a variety of stuff that no one's heard yet. That hopefully we'll get the chance to play with possibly in the future. But he's good. He didn't realize how good he is. I'm like, dude, go to voice acting school or something. Do something. But I'm glad you're with us. I'm glad you're part of this with us as well.
Well, thank you, and I'm glad I am a part of this. But I am taking you up on that. I've got 10 more classes to get my associate's degree, and then I do want to major in creative writing, but I also want to minor in voice acting. So
awesome.
That's awesome.
That just makes me so
Congrats,
happy.
man.
Thank you.
Because, yeah, I mean, I don't know what direction you would have been if we hadn't have met. So it's great to have a Facebook friend, to actually have a real friend, and to see that you were taking strides to do that. That made me hit this wire. So there you go.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else got anything before I sign off?
No, I think I've hit the feels pretty good
Comments
right
gonna
now.
make me cry.
All right. All right, so I'll sign off. So now these live streams I usually end, and looks at, and for all, I just want everybody watching on Twitch, on Facebook, thank you everybody for watching, for commenting, and I know this audience is gonna eventually grow, and probably won't be as a wild time as usually, because it's usually just me talking or rambling as best I can on these live streams, but it's always great to have people on board. And just thank you everybody for watching this or watching this on YouTube. And if you are watching this on our Tales of Valhalla YouTube page, this is a very edited down version of what will be about almost an hour and a half of a live stream, and you can see the entire content of this live stream on our Conductor Productions YouTube page, which will be in the screen in front of you, or a link in the description below. And with that, I will sign off by saying, thank you everybody for watching. We will continue probably next week, now starting working on episode 7, because we need to know what happens next. What happens next? We don't know what's going to happen.
Guys.
So,
Whoa.
I do more winning.
Before you
that's
go,
what's
there's
bad.
one thing I want to say.
Yep.
Is to all our viewers, if you haven't, subscribe and press like right now.
exactly. Press button, subscribe, follow on Twitch, especially follow on Twitch if you want to get in that contest. And
Enter the contest!
You shall. That is what you need to do, yeah. You enter, and then you will win. But if you don't enter, you will not win. So enter now!
I love these people. I love these
Well
people.
said.
To all you out there, you have a purpose in your life. Find it, pursue it, live it, and we'll see everyone next time. Have a good night.
Ooh.
Enjoy the content. Enjoy rewatching the content. Episode 7 is coming soon.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye-bye.